What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Blab. I appreciate you stopping by. And without further ado, let's blab. So, before we hop into these cards over here, obviously everybody knows yesterday was the pre-order release of Mega Evolutions for Pokemon and Pokemon Center products, as well as the uh, booster box and the booster bundle. So, the Pokemon Center ETBs, the booster bundle, and the booster box. It did get me very excited for the release. I do think that the eye appeal of the ETBs is very good. Unfortunately, I did strike out on those. I was able to get one booster box, which is great, but I am very much looking forward to this set, which is interesting because in the past I have not really loved the Mega Evolutions kind of gimmick or whatever. If we take a look at some of the iconic cards, I just pulled up Charizard as well as Rayquaza. I mean, they're good, but for me personally, they're not great. I think that there's just a lot going on. It makes it very hard to read for me, and no, that's not just because there's Japanese writing on it. Um, I don't know, like, there's not really much of a story being told other than the fact that it is a mega Pokemon, right? And, even for this Charizard, I mean, this kind of looks like a half art to me almost. I mean, you have, whatever, I don't need to, go back into all of these cards. I'm sure I'm offending so many people because, a Charizard like this is iconic for a lot of people, is a chase card for a lot of people, maybe some people's favorite card ever. I don't know. However, I do think that the pack art as well as the box art, even all the way down to the booster box itself, I think done very well. I also really like this Bulbasaur. The Bulbasaur will be in the set. It will also be a box topper, which will have the stamp on it. The one in the set will not have the stamp on the card, similar to the box topper that we got from what was it, Journey Together, the most forgetful set. Anyway, also you have the Riolu and the Alakazam as the ETB promo cards. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's take a look at these cards here. And I also pulled them up so we can get a closer look at all of them individually. I did want to also show the Metagross card. This has obviously a lot going on, a lot of different colors, but it's just really easy to read. This is one of my favorite cards ever. One of the best cards of the Scarlet and Violet era. Relatively cheap, even if we go to near mint, under $20 for sure, $16. Pick up this card. This is iconic. It doesn't get the Gen 1 bump. It doesn't get the special illustration rare bump. This is just a regular IR. And in my opinion, regular IR cards are probably going to go down in value with the release of Black Bolt and White Flare. We got 150 plus new IRs coming into the market, which I think will maybe not necessarily tank, but will bring down the value of the card because just an illustration rare in general will not be, a rare pull. I think it kind of turns it into like a trainer gallery card of like this, Scarlet or the Sword and Shield era. I'm sorry. A lot of those trainer galleries or glaring gallery cards have beautiful artworks, but they're really just not worth much because they're easy to pull. Anyway, now that we officially got that out of the way, let's take a look at these. We will start with probably the least anticipated, but you got the Mega Kangaskhan. I do like the colorway. The blues with the orange is always a good look. I also did like the illustration rare Kangaskhan that we got, so a little bit of a hype around him right now. Let's quickly move past that, though, and get into our Mega Lucario EX. Like I said, I'm not generally into Mega cards, but I think that these look phenomenal. Maybe it has something to do with the writing coming through it, but I really don't think so. I think you can have that that writing come across here and, still kind of, sneak peek. Still have it look great. Same thing with this. You can have the writing go past this and still have it look great. However, there is a lot going on with this card. I love that it's Lucario and Venusaur. I think that's just iconic. It's sort of like the Brilliant Stars, Charizard, and Venusaur fight, or you could say that card's from Brilliant Stars, or the cards from the Super Premium Collection, or I'm sorry, the Ultra Premium Collection, Lost Origin Charizard. You have some promo cards in there that are also from that fight scene. Another iconic fight scene, you got the Mewtwo versus Charizard. You're getting that in the Sword and Shield era. Um, yeah, so it kind of reminds me of that. I just think it's a great card. I do think that some of these, mega lines we can call them or whatever. You see them over here, right? You have these pinks, and you have here that's the yellow. I do think it makes the card harder to read, right? But that is the gimmick. It is what it is. I do also like the yellow or gold writing at the top of each of these cards. I just think it makes it pop more for sure. Obviously, these pictures are pretty bad. Someone's, grabbing their Nokia phone in the factory and, taking a picture of this with a potato. So these are definitely toaster pics, but this is sick. This is dope. I like the colors. I need to see better pictures of this. I believe this will be kind of like a city, city light kind of thing. If you're in an airplane and you're looking down during the night, you can kind of, make out the lights of the buildings and structures down there. If that's what this is, that's super cool. If it is more just kind of like, garbage color stuff, I will not like it as much. Um, yeah, also kind of interesting shape of Latias here. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. But I think it's a cool card. I think these are both pretty good. Even the full arts, I like the colors, done well. I am certainly more hyped for this set than Black Bull and White Flare, which is kind of interesting for me. I was never a big Mega guy. But I guess I'd be more of like a Gen 1 Mega guy than I'd be like a Gen 5 special illustration rares that we're getting out of Black Bolt and White Flare. We will still be trying to get some of that product. Probably though to trade for better product, right? We're taking Black Bolt and White Flare, we're turning that into Crown Zenith, we're turning that into 151, we're turning that into Mega Evolutions potentially. Probably not, because by the time I get Black Bolt and White Flare, at least on this first wave, it will be moved out very quickly. Probably for 151. Anyway, let me know in the comments. We did just hit 100 subscribers, which is super cool. I appreciate that. If you made it to the end, drop me a comment. Let me know that you were here. Get in on the ground floor of the Blab community. Yeah, that's all I'll say for now. I have some special plans, some things that could certainly benefit you guys, especially if you get in on the ground floor. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Let me know what you think of these cards, and I'll see you in the next one.